Sir King. Sir King. Sir King. Sir King. Sir King.
Canvas.
Sir King. Sir King. Sir King. Sir King.
Okay, what's going on, everybody? I just wanted to comment real quick. So, in case you didn't know, QB Page got struck. Now he could still go live, but it got struck by Jay Wilson because QB was over there, I guess, streaming the service or had put video of the service on his page. Now, this is the thing I want to ask. Now, was that wrong? Yeah, it's wrong because QB, you know, you weren't doing that over there for religious purposes. You was doing that over there to make a mockery of the church. That's neither here or there. Now, the question is that I have, Jay Wilson, is, are you becoming a hindrance to the congregation? Are you becoming a hindrance to whatever church that is? Because what you said today is, oh, nobody going to drive me off. And to me, that's a very selfish stance to take because obviously you are a distraction to that church. You are a distraction to whatever they're trying to do. Right? You're obviously there's an issue with your online antics and they're not consistent with the missions and the values of that church. And like many of our people said, like if I'm a pastor, you're only there because you're making a coin. I honestly feel if you weren't getting paid to play the organ or whatever you play, the keys and all that, then you will move on to the next. So in all honesty, you're really not an invested member of that congregation to the point that they should be dealing with your online shenanigans. It's just really weird how someone can sit up here and say that they are a public member of the church but do what they do online. It's just weird. And I was thinking, well, now should that church cease their online broadcasting operations because of you? But that wouldn't be fair to the mission and the value of the church. Like, Jay Wilson, you are a distraction to that church. You are seriously a distraction to that church. I don't know what you're going to do. But to now sit up there and now try to. Now, this is another thing, Jay Wilson. Did you have permission from the church to go and represent them and say that someone was infringing on their copyright? I don't know. That's murky water. That is very murky water. But I mean, I'm sure you're spinning things in line to them because if the pastor or the deacon or the whoever it is of the church comes to ask you, did you put in a copyright claim on our behalf? You was something, yeah, I was protecting the people because the people online were using it in a way that wasn't supposed to be used. But then they would ask you as to why. You would have to sit up there because you and your antics online, and then I want to ask you why are these people so angry with you, and then you have to make up a lie and tell them that they just don't like me. You know, Jay Wilson, you really got to sit down and do some soul searching because I think you're getting a whole bunch of warnings from the universe and from the man above. Is that your antics are the antithesis of the religious values that you try to represent the Lord, unless you think the Lord is a mockery and supposed to be made fun of. It's very interesting, very, very interesting that you're the Lord is showing you that your ways are not consistent with His ways. the, so I don't know. I don't know. But that's all I pretty much had to say. I just wanted to comment on that and be like, yo, your ways are not consistent with the ways of that church. And you can't sit up here and say, like, you're not putting on a show that's an addition or endorsement of that church by your actions. Your actions are the antithesis of someone who represents a religious brand. But it'll be interesting, the churches don't like problems. And now you've taken it to a point where you're trying to affect their brand of communication and striking people and stuff like that, which takes it to a whole nother level. Because what I saw was it says, "Oh, copyright by claim by his name," and I'm like, "Wow!" So, and I don't know this. Was it on that person's page, or are you acting as a delegated virtual social media representative of the church? Because that could get a little bit murky because of your online behavior. You're not representing a bar. You're not representing a comedy club. You're representing a religious institution. So I don't know. You may have opened up a can of worms that may get you ran off of that church. Or may get you ran. Yeah, I know, Jay. You said, "Oh, well, musicians are hard to find." Well, people don't like to deal with problems either. So I'm just saying. But Black Pearl, thank you for dropping in. I'm about to get up out of here, but I just wanted to comment real quick. Sunday says, "Oh, hey, SK, this is an interesting. It is. If you break it down in layers and don't look at it for what it is, just on face value, it is very interesting because he struck QB Page. Did he have permission to do that? If so, he did. On what grounds? And then, if he did, what excuse did he give to the religious institution that warned him or allowed him to do it? Then, on top of that, your behavior is why these people are going after you incessantly. Secondly, your behavior is not representative of the Lord. Um, so it is a very interesting situation, and he wants to protect things about his show. If you have a show, that means that your stuff should be edited to the point where it's consistent with the brand. Like, let's just say, okay, if I'm an athlete, right, and I represent 7 different companies, my behavior in public has to be consistent with the values of those companies that I represent, or they can end the endorsement deal that I have with them. Jay Wilson is the same thing. You're sitting up there being an organist or a pianist, whatever, a pianist, whatever, playing, representing them online, but you got another thing that's conflicting with their brand and values, which in a way is actually prohibiting their message of God, unity, and community from being taken seriously. And then you take it to the point where you're now going and putting out a strike, which is a legal action, saying that you had permission to act in their best interest. So you could wind up putting the church in a legal situation. Let's just say QB wasn't able to go live, and QB said he was financially harmed. QB could then go after that church because that church is then saying that they gave Jay Wilson permission to act in their best interest by striking QB's page. And if he didn't, then that's a fraudulent that is a fraudulent copyright claim. So you're absolutely right. It's an interesting situation. What's up, lovely ones? Says hello, SK Miles in chat. If his church members listens to his videos, he would have a problem with all that. That's another good point. So if we flip it, if somebody was, I ain't putting that out there. But see, I think Jay Wilson might have messed up because now QB has ammunition. Now QB has ammunition to go to the church and say that he, Jay Wilson, has impacted him and hurt him because he was in doing that. In doing that, he was a representative. He was acting as a representative of the church, and did he have permission to do that? Child, and so, and you, Jay Wilson, you know how messy these people can be. You know how messy these people can be. And the last thing, anybody, especially owners or people who are operating something that's based on public image wrong, are problems. Ugh, I don't get it. I don't understand. And then on top of that, he says, "You're not going to bully me. I'm going to keep doing what I want to do." So that means that you think you're greater than God. You think that you're greater than God. You think that what you're doing is greater than promoting the mission of God fully. Not that said, oh, I'm going to respect God. I'm going to pump my brakes so as though it does not hurt the religious institution that I am representing. That is so. When I heard him say that, I said, this is one selfish person. You're not going to bully me. But wait a minute, you're bullying other people. That's causing problems. Like, that's weird to me. That's weird to me. Like, that's weird to me. Mr. LLL says he's a hypocrite. Yes, you're right. Lovey says if someone stranger was his pain, she would have a fit. He sure would have a fit. Yeah, but that's I just think that I honestly feel it made things worse. Right? It made things worse because now you taking it to an official level, which is giving people ammunition to take it to the church because now you're acting on their behalf, and then it comes to find out did you have permission to act in that church's interest? You get what I'm saying? You acted as a representative of the church to say that you were struck. But in all honesty, you didn't own the content of that video. The church did. Now I don't know what page that video was, streamed from. That's the only missing clue. So I don't know if he had it on his page or something. And he may have been doing it from his page, which in that way he was right. But if he was streaming it from the church's page, then he was wrong. So I don't know. So we shall see. The choir sings, "Oh, to be kept by Jesus, I surrender all," which he doesn't do. It was just selfish. It was just selfish because he says, "I don't care if I'm hurting other people. I'm going to keep doing what I'm going to do. I don't care if I hurt this church and my online actions is causing them unwarranted attention. I don't care." I was like, wow, you are selfish. You are so selfish. If he's not respectful to God, what makes you think he would be respectful to the church? Okay, so that's a very profound question. Is that his whole thing is being involved in the church is what? To exalt the Lord's presence through music. But it's not. It's for him to make a check. Because if that church was to not pay him, he on to the next. He's not a devoted member to that congregation, I guarantee you that. You won't see him pressing no keys for free. And that's so sad because the greatest reward comes from when you're not rewarded. But that's child, I just don't make a mockery of the Lord. I just think because the Lord is a comedian within himself. And Jay Wilson, I think you be getting so many warnings about how God is trying to warn you before He gonna spank you, and you just still don't listen. Like you even putting up the congregation up to public humiliation based on your online antics. Yo, and I can sit up here and agree with you. I'm fair. If your vernacular, if your choices as a show, your choice of topics that you choose to make fun of were of really comedic value, but they're not. They're making fun of people in some of the darkest times. Then you up here cursing like a damn sailor, but go be a public ambassador of the church. I don't know. Anyway, he's not abiding by God's word. Well, someone to have in-depth knowledge and to have studied the word, he acts as if like he's ignorant of the word, and he's going to be led by the dollar, which is sad because I don't know how God works, but I guarantee you he ain't about that. He ain't about that. But whatever. Mm. A check to run to YouTube and act shady and holy. I don't know. I just feel he could be a better example. I just feel he could be a better example. That's all I feel. I feel he could still do what he do without doing it the way he doing it. That's how I feel. You can still do what you do without doing it the way you do. That's what I would say. But I'm not God. I'm not a judge. I'm just like if I was his pastor or seeing that, I'd be like, yo, you're not a public ambassador. Now you sitting up here striking pages. Anybody who's not familiar with YouTube, they would be worried. They'd be like, okay, you striking somebody's page. What legal consequences is that going to be for the church? Do we not have to hire an attorney or a lawyer because now somebody's going to say that they have lost wages because of your actions, your selfish actions? I don't know. So I don't know. What's up, Roddy Q? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. We talking about Jay Wilson. He struck QB because QB was streaming him playing at the piano at the church or something. So I don't agree with that. That's why I made my community wall post. But then you got to look at the other half of the situation. Jay Wilson, are you being a true ambassador of the Lord? Are you acting in a way that represents Him? And I would no. And then your thing, you're not gonna bully me off of here. So your pride is becoming before honoring God. Okay, all right, okay, yeah, okay. Keep putting yourself before God and see what happens. Mm, mm, mm. Sad, 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 sad. But with that being said, I'm out of here, y'all. I just wanted to give my 2 cents. Y'all take care. If y'all want to, feel free to send a gesture, $ 13 crown. Um, that's all I really want to say. I just don't like this because I don't like it because I don't like it. Really bothers me when somebody says they well versed in the Lord because a lot of people then start saying, "Oh my God, that's somebody that knows the Lord," and they start looking at you as an example, and then you driving people away from the cloth of church because of your antics. I do feel like a lot of people don't take, and I know that's a big thing to put on somebody as if they're the ones that determine whether or not someone follows the Lord. But I do feel like you touch people in unconventional places. When you speak of God, you speak of them where they're at, whether it be a comedy show, the beach, or the movie theater. And some people come here, and if you talk about God, and then they look at you, they're like, damn, that's what his relationship with God is? Cursing and causing people and saying people lesbians and calling women itches and talking about people booty holes. Like, nah, people say I pass. People. I'm sure a lot of people stop. Oh, that's too much power to give on somebody, but he helped definitely in people's lack of building a relationship with the Lord. That's what I would say. But yeah, everybody getting flagged. QB, Ness, Jada, Rodney. Now or a couple weeks. Well, Vibrant Law, when they started doing let me play your content, let me play that content, let me tell you something. I'm gonna be blunt. Excuse my French. Don't trust no motherfucker on here. with them, and 2 months later, you done said something about they supposed bestie. Now they have an issue with you, and then they remember, oh, they allowed me to play content, and then you play the content, and they go and hit that, and then the whole AI thing, they automatically detecting when somebody's content is on your page, so they don't even gotta really do the research. It's the AI that's the one that's sitting up there letting them know that, oh, you got somebody's stuff on your page, or their stuff is on your page. So it's just like it just happened now. So you saying Ness, Rodney, J Dunn got hit. Y'all better be careful. Because there are some people out here that just love to strike, like to kill, steal, and destroy. But then again, those who doing that, what do y'all got to do to replace it? Y'all gonna sit up here bored as hell. It ain't like it's got a whole fleet of people ready to jump on here and be content creators. But mm, and and when they start doing that sharing on their pages, I'm like, no, that's a ticking time bomb. That's a ticking time bomb. That's a setup from when people not good with you. So why allow that? Why allow that? Like why even set yourself up? Oh, Robert says most of community walls is somewhere over a month. Damn. Oh, they being grimy now. Okay, they being grimy. YouTube changed the game. You used to be able to post a lot of stuff on your community wall back in the day, but I guess no more. I guess that's crazy. They used to be able to post a lot of stuff, but I guess now they even stricter and seeing that people are harassing on the community wall. Now you gotta be careful what you post on the community wall. This is crazy. This is crazy. But what's up, mom? What's up, Mama Cynthia Simpson? How you doing? Mama Cynthia, you just gotta be careful how you move. Everybody like, oh, Sir King paranoid. Sir King paranoid. No, Sir King has a skill of premonition, and he know how to move. Like y'all sit up here like, and every time, oh, Sir King was right. Sir King was right. He right. Cause a certain way you move. You can't act a donkey on these people platform. You don't own this platform. And you know, as people was just waiting to sit up here and report. They love to report shit, but don't report stuff in their own community. So you get there right. Oh, you scared? You paranoid? Yeah, you gotta be careful how you move. You gotta always be vigilant to see how the hell they setting your ass up, so that you could violate the YouTube guidelines and rules and all that to get you out the game. There's some petty people out here, but yeah. Mm, so now I gotta go do my research to see who got struck, who got taken out the game. Y'all need to be careful. Y'all doing all that crazy stuff. So. Robin Lowe says Jada was sharing out Rodney for bullying harassment. Oh, Jada was for sharing out Rodney for bullying harassment. Not sure about Ness QB for showing past the church. Well, I know QB got hit, but the thing is like, if you ain't been hit in a minute, like the whole thing with Lemon was able to go live because he ain't, they be lenient. I don't know if they changed their rules or not, but it seems like when you ain't been in trouble for a minute and you get hit, they give you a warning kind of deal, and you can still go live. So I don't know, but I just know QB was live, so I don't know. But you just gotta be careful how you move on these streets. A lot of people just want to do stuff in anger and then send over their pout. And who else said they were out for a week? Somebody else said they were out for a week that we ain't seen. Dory, I think she said she was out for a week or something. That's why she ain't been as present. I think it might have been Dory. I'm not sure. But yeah, so that's that. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all go. But I did want to make this video because I just think I think Jay Wilson's putting himself before the church. And he may open up a can of worms because let me just be honest, if QB goes to contact that church, now like I said, the missing piece for me is if that was coming from Jay Wilson's page, not his normal page. What's up with Tanya Jones, but his other page that got his government name. Now, QB goes to contact that church and say, hey, someone's showed my page and I was streaming your live. Did this person have permission to do this? That's going to open up a whole can of worms that I don't think Jay Wilson wants, because that might lead to him losing that piano job. And I know he said, well, organ, what do you say, musicians are hard to come by, but problems, nobody wants problems. And at the end of the day, a church would rather play pre-recorded music than having to deal with a legal situation that requires a lawyer to represent them. Okay, so you're a little bit too confident in the value that you bring, because at the end of the day, we've seen a lot of people hit play and stop at churches. Okay, trust and believe. I've been in a couple. When the organist was sick, when the musician was sick that Sunday, they either sung themselves or they hit a recording and hit play or stop. So don't over exaggerate your importance to the ceremony of the church. But with that being said, I'm out of here, y'all. Please feel free. Y'all getting a whole bunch of content from me. Damn, it's three videos today. So y'all got a lot to go back and listen to. With that being said, I'm out of here. Y'all take care, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Okay? Woo, child. Be the change you want to see in the world. Bye, y'all.
Sir King.
Canvas.
Sir King. Sir King. Sir King. Sir King.